Greetings, Guardians, and welcome to the Voice of the Vanguard. Today I have with me Sully from Sully Games. Say hello, Sully.
Hello, Guardians.
And today we'll be talking about some of the Festival of the Lost stuff that came up over the past week. We'll talk about Shadowkeep.
That trailer, though.
I'll be honest, man, I haven't seen any of it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
The trailer's really good, actually. Pull that up. We'll watch that on stream for the YouTube side.
And then we'll talk about Shadowkeep. It was released a year ago, this past week. And we'll say what we liked and disliked about it. But first off, let's talk about what we've been doing in the world of Destiny. What have you been up to?
A lot of Crucible. I mean, and also Iron Banner. I got all my bounties done. Then I just been working on trying to get better at hand cannons and snipers. And sniping's still a little inconsistent, but like there's games where like I make some really nice snipes, and I'm like, wow, I can actually see like improvement on sniping with keyboard and mouse. And same thing with like hand cannons. I've been playing really well. I was originally started off using Thorn because I felt like that was probably like the best hand cannon to kind of like get practice with. And then last night I was using Ace of Spades, and I was doing really well with that. So I kind of want to start working on like maybe like with like a legendary hand cannon, maybe like a Dire Promise, or like I don't know if I still have my spare rations. I'll have to look. I might have deleted that just because it's gonna be pointless. But I want to try to kind of mess around with some legendaries just so I'm not like holding this crutch on relying on like an exotic hand cannon. But that's been it for me. Pretty much just PvP.
Alright, I haven't been playing.
Okay. What are you doing with your life?
I don't know.
Not playing Destiny? Come on.
Yeah. The most I've done over the past week was log in to do weekly bounties for Bright Dust.
Iron Banner, I guess, what? Tuesday?
Maybe. Yeah, probably.
I think it was Tuesday because that was the day that we were supposed to do Niobe Labs.
Oh, yeah, we were supposed to do Niobe Labs, but then the manager's computer fucked up.
Oh, is that what it was?
Yeah, he wrote in general saying that he nearly lost his computer. It was something to do with like the boot sequence, so he got that fixed.
Thank God.
Yeah. Yeah, like that was it. I don't think I haven't done anything else. I've been watching a lot of The Simpsons. Been playing. I haven't played anything really. I'm just bouncing around here and there. I don't know what to do.
I mean, it is kind of a rough time right now for video games, just because like there really isn't anything out, and then obviously when November hits, there's like literally everything.
Yeah.
So.
Yep, that's for sure. I've been playing a lot of Picross, I guess. Doing that.
Nice.
But yeah, that's about it.
Exciting.
Yeah, speaking of November, when you have a question here for us that a lot of people ask is that should Bungie wipe bounties before Beyond Light drops?
So I'll start off with this. I have this poll pinned to my Twitter. So if you go to my Twitter account, Sully__games, you can also vote for this. I'm kind of like on both sides. Like I would prefer them to wipe bounties just because like I like not that you really get like an advantage or anything, but like I would just rather see them wipe the bounties. But at the same time, like if they decided not to, like it doesn't necessarily bother me, but I would prefer them to see them wipe bounties. You might be on the other side. You probably would prefer them not to, since I know you've been holding some, but
yeah. See, the thing about wiping bounties is that bounties give you a reason to like prep for the next season, you know, or the next content drop. If they were to wipe bounties, I would like to see them replace that with something else. that can help like give you a boost into the next expansion or season.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's what they are. They're just basically boosters.
They are.
So if they took away bounties, I would like to see them replace that with something else that gives you either an XP boost or some other way to get ahead. It's just a reward for people that play the game.
Yeah, honestly, if I didn't have like 3 weeks off in November, I would probably be saving my bounties. But like, since I'm gonna have so much time in November anyways, and like, you're not really gonna get the advantage anyways in terms of like when the raid drops, just because like there's gonna be contest mode. So I was like, I don't necessarily feel like a reason for me to like just sit there and like save up bounties. Um, I am kind of interested in seeing what Bungie wants to do with this, because I do know at times that back in D1 they did this where they try to like eliminate the boost going into the next expansion or DLCs, I would say.
Yeah, and you can see
And
with the new bounties, the ones for this season, it says there's an expiration date, like it expires at the end of the season, so you can't take it over.
yeah,
So maybe we'll see more of that kind of stuff going forward.
yeah, I don't know. I don't know on how. I mean, as I said, we talked about, I would rather them just completely remove the artifact in general, just because I think it causes a little too many problems in terms of like the competitive like PvP with like Iron Banner with some reason the artifact being enabled. And then I don't know if it happens in trials, but just feel like just remove the artifact, and like honestly the bounties are basically kind of pointless at that point, I guess.
Well, the bounties have a chance to drop gear too, so it gives you an extra boost
Mm-hmm.
to your power level.
Yeah. Are you hoarding anything else?
I'm hoarding basically. I think it's just the planetary bounties that I've done so far. There might have been a couple others here and there, but it's still too early to hoard weekly bounties. Like I usually do that before the week it ends.
Oh yeah.
Just because I don't like missing out on bright dust. That's the main
Yeah, I mean, I
reason
don't
why.
blame you there. Yeah, like honestly, that's nothing wrong with that.
I am hoarding clan bounties though, because I don't see a reason to pop those because our clan is already maxed out.
Yeah.
So I might as well just keep them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I might start hoarding exotics, but I don't know, because just like it's already a pain in the butt for like
You mean like
Postmaster.
engrams?
Yeah, engrams. But at the same time, I was like, I don't know. I'd rather just have. I think sometimes that's just kind of like, I'd rather see more grind when the content drops, and just the potential of already having like a few of the exotics if the engrams would happen to drop some of the newer ones. But if not, they would also increase power. But I think this might be the first expansion / new season where I don't actually hoard anything up into it. I think I'm going to kind of just have everything kind of wiped and just kind of go fresh from start and just see where I can get to.
Yeah, I was gonna pull up Braid Tech to see what I have hoarded. Yeah, so I have a bunch of destination ones, and then I also have the Iron Banner ones as well.
Okay. Yeah, I know there's been people that's already been like hoarding bounties like for weeks now.
Yeah, that's crazy to me.
Yeah.
I don't see a reason to do that. But I don't pick up like daily bounties anymore. I only pick up repeatables and weeklies.
Okay. And like, and these are like people that are like playing Destiny a lot too. So, I'd be kind of interested in seeing what their thoughts are on if for some reason Bungie would happen to wipe bounties since they've already been kind of like saving them. But yeah, just kind of more of like a question. I want to hear back from like our community, kind of hear their thoughts because like I am very neutral, shocker on this topic because like I understand both sides. I don't really care like on what Bungie would do with this. Like I would be cool either way. Like you can wipe them.
It wouldn't
Doesn't
surprise
really
me
affect.
if they did wipe it. It's just like,
Eh,
screw you
yeah,
guys.
yeah. And then if they don't want to wipe them, and that's something like down the road that they want to kind of address, like I can understand at the same time. Just, but
I don't see a
I'm just
reason.
interested.
I don't see a reason for them to wipe bounties unless they're coming up with an entirely different system.
Yeah, and I think that might be something we see, not this expansion, but the expansion after this one.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Okay. What else do we have here?
well, I don't know if you want to talk about your topic as well,
Yeah.
or if
Okay.
you want to save that next week.
Save it next week, but just remind
Okay.
me. Okay.
Okay, I'll throw that in notes.
Because I'll forget.
Yeah, I'll put it in notes.
Actually, you know what? No, screw it. We'll do it this week because I named the stream after this. But
Okay.
yeah. So I was just playing a little bit of ESO, and it's been a while since I've been playing that, and I loaded up into the blacksmith, and I was like, oh yeah, I was like doing like all this weird side stuff of like crafting, and then I thought about, it's not an entirely original idea or anything, but I thought about, hey, let's put crafting into Destiny, like let's have like a faction for armor, and we can go to the gunsmith and work on guns, work on the different types of manufacturers for guns, like make a Suros gun or something. Like Moonfang, like make Moonfang armor, stuff like that. I think it would just add a lot of like content to the game that could just be filler, but would also be a lot of fun just for people to mess around with crafting systems. Because there's a lot of like MMOs out there where people will do nothing but craft. Final Fantasy 14 has multiple crafting jobs to do, and they all come with their own like quests and characters and like boss type things that you have to do.
Honestly, this wouldn't be a bad idea in terms of, it'd be kind of weird to do this, but to eliminate loot drops, so you actually didn't get really, unless it was like specific loot tied to like that, like maybe like a raid or like trials. Maybe you have like a few things tied to like Crucible and like some things tied to like strike specific, but instead of just constantly getting blues that we just always dismantle and just really shitty legendaries, like you just got like some type of crafting material, and then you were able to kind of like almost kind of make it like an umbral engram and like be able to kind of influence it a little bit depending on like your crafting level. Like say if like you have a vendor that's just straight craft person and like you have to like level that crafter up, and you were able to kind of influence maybe stats on armor.
Yeah, totally.
So
I think it would also help with the whole "there's no more factions" thing going on. Like just to have like multiple vendors to level up and get stuff from, like new recipes you could get. You could level up and get new recipes, get new materials to make better stuff. The stuff you make off the bat is not going to be any good because that's how crafting works in MMOs.
Yeah.
You just make the stuff and then you go sell it or just get rid of it. Just because you're leveling up. I also thought like also having like a cook, which is like, this is gonna be weird, but like have a cook in the that you can do, like you can go and be a chef. Like you could just go to the ramen shop guy and be like, "Hey, teach me how to make stuff," and he's your he's your cook vendor, and then stuff like you
Cook
can
vendor.
yeah, and you can make consumables which you could eat, and then get like a bonus +5 to like mobility or something, and that will last for like 30 minutes or something. Like there's stuff like that in MMOs as well that will change your stats, but it's not like a huge thing.
Only issue with that would just be the PvP community.
Just
Out.
disable it for
yeah,
PvP.
You could do that too. It'd be interesting to see on how with a new update to their engine if they're able to do that, because there's a lot of cool new gadgets that are going to be coming there. Might be able to help them do that.
Yeah, but this is a thing that's been in games for a long time now. Like honestly, I first encountered it in Monster Hunter. Like you would go to your canteen and drink and eat before you go out, and then that lasts for like an hour maybe. Like these bonus stats.
Yeah,
and it's also like not a huge thing. Like if you forget to do it, then you forget to do it. But it's not like a make or break situation.
Yeah, I am interested to see because like, as you said, like both these things are pretty much in a lot of these MMO type games, and like Bungie finally confirmed that Destiny is officially an action RPG MMO, like RPG MMO, like right before it was like shortly after they announced their breakup with Activision, so going on 2 years now.
Yeah.
So, like, I would be kind of interested to see on how they're going to try to take that step into becoming, like, an MMO, or if they're trying to, like, just say that they're an MMO, because, like, they've been kind of flirting with that for a while, and I know a lot of people in the community really loves the fact that they might go more MMO style, and I know a lot of people wish they would just kind of go back to being just an FPS loot shooter over an MMO. But I am interested in seeing what type of like MMO like what is it qualities they are gonna eventually add into Destiny 2, because like as of right now it's just like an FPS loot shooter with open worldness. Like there's really no MMO aspect to Destiny 2, really.
Mm.
So.
Yeah, but it's just a thing I've been thinking about. Not entirely original idea, but
it's definitely
really cool to discuss here.
It is kind of like a cool idea because, like, one of the biggest things is, I mean, obviously they need to kind of eliminate retiring armor, but like one of the biggest things is, you know, the stat rolls on armor is basically like what everybody's trying to grind for, and like you could help influence the people to get like the stat rolls that they want with the crafting.
Yeah,
but like if you want high tier stats, it's gonna require some high tier consumables to drop at like end game type events like Grandmaster.
Yeah, like if you include these different
raids,
like crafting and like artisan abilities and stuff like that, you could put it in raids. Some of the more rarer stuff to craft from.
You know, you have a small chance
comp.
Trials would be a good one too. Comp, a small chance, an Iron Banner, just because like not everybody can raid, and obviously not everybody can play Trials.
And then with crafting, you can include trading and marketplace.
No,
okay.
I don't know. The thing with that would hurt. I mean, unless it's only if you're gonna go trading with marketplace, I would maybe be cool if it was armor only.
Yeah, here's the thing. You can. Well, I was gonna say you can, but like other MMOs and stuff, there's items that's like specifically like account bound that you can't trade. So you can go ahead and cherry pick stuff like exotics, for example. like exotic like weapons, you can go ahead and make that non-tradable. Stuff like
Yeah,
that.
that would be the big thing. I mean, obviously, like as of right now, like exotics are real easy to come by.
Like it's easy for me
Um,
to sit here and say that. I don't know how easy it is for them to do it, but it is in other
oh
games, so
yeah,
I figured, it can't be that hard, right?
nah.
Yeah, I know.
But I mean, you guys have to think a lot of those games were built from the ground up
To be an
to be an
MMO.
MMO,
Yeah.
and not going from a RPG, first person RPG loot shooter to now being a first shooter action MMO.
Yeah.
Like, so I'm sure like there's some things, and I hopefully they're going in the right direction by taking a lot of the things out to kind of help make things easier to advance into like what they want Destiny to be to finally become, since they don't really have anybody telling them what they can and cannot do, which could be good and bad. But
Yep, we'll see what happens with this next update. I'm still pretty hyped about it.
yeah, I am too. I think it's gonna be a lot of fun. I'm just interested to see on what comes after Beyond Light.
Yeah.
What are we gonna see in terms of seasons?
Yeah. So speaking of Beyond Light, we'll talk a little bit about Shadowkeep. Was released a year ago, and what was your key takeaways with Shadowkeep?
Had a pretty good story. I really enjoyed the campaign. I was really shocked that they were introduced to pyramids. Like that was the big mind-blowing thing, like that the pyramids were here. And it wasn't like we saw it like at the end. We saw it pretty freaking early in the campaign. Like it was like this is our main focus is now the darkness. Like it wasn't like some type of like have to watch a bite video to understand the lore, to understand like that the darkness is coming. No, it's here. We visually
It's in
got to
front of you.
see.
Yeah.
Yeah, like it wasn't. It was very straightforward,
Mm-hmm.
which a lot of times Bungie does a really bad job at doing.
Oh yeah, like I've been playing through the Halo games, and they were bad back then. They're still bad about it now.
Mm-hmm. They try to focus, which I mean, the lore to Destiny 2 and just Destiny universe in general is fantastic.
Yep.
But they just have to do a better job at like telling it right in front of the people and like letting people to actually like
Translating it into the game.
yes, because not everybody is gonna sit there and pop up the lore book to this exotic or
Yeah.
go watch their favorite lore YouTuber.
Mm-hmm.
Like, so seeing that was fantastic. I really enjoy like day one raiding with the clan for Garden of
God.
Salvation. That was a lot of fun, even though it was really challenging with contest mode. But I was a little like, I was under level, but I was like, I didn't have the right weapon loadouts, because I mean I didn't have really a whole lot of stuff because I recently just came back into Destiny 2 at that time.
That wasn't the main problem though. The main problem was that we were too stupid to think around it.
Yeah, we were. We
problem.
yeah, we definitely were thinking that, but it was still a lot of fun. I still enjoy Garden of Salvation. It's a fun raid to run and a fun raid to teach.
Mm-hmm.
Campaign. I mean, it was cool to go back to the moon. I'm excited to actually get a new destination.
Mm-hmm.
With this next expansion, but definitely the moon was really cool. And I think there was one more thing I had on the top of my head. I'll let you go. I might think of it.
I mean, you took everything from me, so that moment when you see the pyramid ship, when you turn the corner, like that's the moment from Shadowkeep.
Yep.
And that's the main takeaway that anybody that played that game is gonna say. The fact that they've been here this whole time and we never knew was crazy. The ending of Shadowkeep, which was very confusing.
Yeah, definitely a typical cliffhanger by Bungie, but it was a good cliffhanger. Like it wasn't
It
like,
wasn't a Halo
and
2
they
cliffhanger.
yeah, and it was like we kind of actually saw progress that cliffhanger throughout the year with like kind of like with the pyramid ships and now with this new season kind of like with Sabathun and stuff. So like it wasn't just here it's this and now it's done type deal. And then hopefully we kind of see an ending or more to that cliffhanger with Beyond Light.
Yeah, the doppelganger. It's very weird. Um,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know where they're taking this, but clearly
I don't
they
know
were
either.
in the Black Garden. That's where we saw them.
Yep.
Um, they don't explain how you got in there and how you got back out, which is odd. But if it's anything like the raid, where you have to go through the Vex portal, I wonder if there's going to be a moment in Beyond Light where you go through a Vex portal.
I was about to say it, and towards the end of that Beyond Light or not Beyond Light trailer, the Europia trailer, there's actually a giant Vex gate.
Yeah,
So I'm assuming like there might be either if that involves like maybe like a strike or something, or maybe there's just a story mission that goes through that, similar to like how we went to go to the Black Garden. So
hmm
there is potential there. The thing I actually wanted to say was like this was Bungie's first uh, published Destiny content too, and it was definitely. I mean, it wasn't at the size like everybody would love to see it. Everybody would love to see Forsaken size, um, but we definitely got I think an overall a really good expansion from Bungie for being their first published content.
yeah,
So it was very. The future looks bright for Bungie. It just the community once again has to be patient, and obviously Bungie has to be more transparent sometimes with some of these things um, that we have talked about. With raid dates now, that's like the big thing, and just with bounties and transmog. But
yeah.
the future does look really bright for Bungie after the release of Shadowkeep. They delivered a good campaign with a solid raid. It was no Last Wish or VOG or King's Fall, but it was still a fun one.
Yeah, and we do have to mention though that their seasons following up after Shadowkeep were pretty rough. Undying Mind, just keep doing Vex Offensive. Like we made a long running joke
Yeah,
on this show about how great
yeah,
Vex Offensive was.
it was tough to judge Season of Undying just because that was with the new content from Shadowkeep.
Yeah.
What was the season after that?
Season of the Dawn, where we saved Saint 14. Those two Saint 14 missions were amazing, and
And then after
Sundial
that
was okay, but there wasn't.
yeah,
There was a couple of like missteps they made, especially with the corridors of time.
yeah. Which I mean, when we talked about that in the past or the
mhm.
podcast, if they just don't release that on the roadmap and nobody knows about that,
And also, don't make it a
that
fusion rifle. That doesn't really do anything.
except the PvP community wants it nerfed. Um, but in general, I mean, even still, if it was just a fusion rifle, like, and people didn't know about it and it wasn't on the roadmap, that whole outcome turns out completely different. And then Season of the Worthy was horrible.
That was easily their worst.
And then honestly, like, JD actually mentioned about like how Season of Undying was just kind of a flop, and I was like, honestly, Season of Undying was, or not? Is it Undying? Is that what this season's called?
Which one?
Current season. Is it
This
Season
current
of Undying?
season?
Yeah,
No, it's Season of Arrivals.
Season of Arrival. I don't think. Why am I saying Undying? It's
Yeah.
been a long day. But Season of the Arrival, like honestly, was a fantastic season until
Until they delayed
yeah,
Beyond
once
Light.
Beyond Light kind of got delayed,
That's
it
what killed it.
really hurt.
Yeah.
it really hurt the season because like you have 2 months worth of content like that they don't have planned for this season. So like it really hurt the season. So like this season was fantastic. If Beyond Light would have dropped on the day it would have dropped, I mean, there was talks before the delay that this was the best season we've seen from Bungie,
Yeah.
even over Season of the Opulence. Without a raid, by the way. There was no raid. We got a really good
We got a
dungeon.
We got some really good looking armor from the dungeon. 2 different sets. One is from the previous, from year 1, the Trials armor. But the other armor set, Moonfang, looks really good. There's also the weekly story missions with Eris for the lore nerds that wanted to learn about the darkness a bit more. All the exotics have been really good. I can't think of a bad exotic this season.
No. Like, even, like, I don't like sidearms, but Traveler's Chosen is really good.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
it's good for both. It's good for both PvE and PvP.
Yeah, and then, you know, you have Wither Horde, which I've actually been seeing a lot in PvP. I'm just like, what?
Yeah, I know.
Like, come on. And then Effigy is actually a lot of fun, too.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's a really good exotic. So, and then, like, even, like, the legendary weapons, like, the sword you have, it's fantastic.
Yep.
Cold Denial is a good pulse rifle.
Yep. I like Hollowed Words. It's a fairly good fusion rifle.
I'm not a fusion rifle guy, so, like, I'll take your word on that. So, like, there's definitely a lot of good things to kind of, like, take from this season and be like, okay, that makes Beyond Light's future look brighter. But, like, just with the delay, it really hurt this season. So, like, everybody's kind of burnt out. There's no content, and it really hurts, like, this season's, like, rep. But, like, if Beyond Light comes out at its original release date, I mean, everybody would have said this was the best season.
I think the only misstep they had was with Solstice of Heroes, and that's just because it was the same thing from last year.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah,
I hope next year we don't see the return of the aerial zone. I hope they do something different.
Oh, God. Yeah, I'm right there with you.
I don't know how likely that's going to be. It probably isn't, considering they're bringing back the Force again for this year. Because they've been doing that for ever since Festival of the Lost has been a thing. In Destiny 2.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would like to see them mix it up and not do the same thing. Because with year 1, with Solstice of Heroes / Moments of Triumph, it was like replaying It was replaying the story missions. Mm-hmm. But like they mixed it up a bit. Hopefully they do something different. Yeah,
that would have been honestly perfect for this time around. Just with a lot of that content being vaulted, to kind of go back and replace some of those missions. If it was, you know, the last mission of the Red War, last mission of Forsaken, last mission of Shadowkeep, and maybe like a few other missions mixed in between that were very significant to like the story. Like,
yeah, with the fact that they're doing the content vault, they'll probably have I'll just say I'll have more faith in them in changing things up instead of doing the aerial zone again, because they could bring in past strikes or something to grind out for your Solstice armor.
So yeah,
or like Destiny 1 type stuff, anyways. Raids, stuff like that.
Yeah, and I think that's kind of like the biggest question mark, as I said, like on what is after Beyond Light in terms of like seasonal stuff. And like the DCV definitely kind of like could really help make seasons more enjoyable to players.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, like, since a lot of these planets or raids like people have already paid for, I kind of hope that we kind of see some type of like adjustments to them. So like, don't literally just bring like IO back and make it look the exact same type deal. Have some type of like environment changes. Like, I'm not saying go completely crazy with it, but like have something be different compared to what it was, because like at that point, like I feel like that would really make the community mad that you literally just took IO out to then just put it back into a season which we have to pay for, and it's literally the same thing.
Destinations are free, so
yeah, but I feel like at that point, like it makes like, oh, we're getting IO, it's the same thing with this season, like at least kind of make it match to whatever the season theme is a little bit.
Yeah.
So
the only changes they're making to the previous destinations is lighting so far. So I'm just saying that's what they've done or going to do. Yeah.
Gotta get ready for that ray tracing.
Yeah, man. Let's go. Let's get that RTX in here. So yeah, let's go head into the TWAB.
You want to watch the video?
Since you haven't seen it. Yeah, you could talk about it while I watch this video.
I'm gonna pop it on too, just so that.
So next week we're getting Spooky up in the tower again. Festival of the Lost returns October 6th.
That's what, Tuesday?
Yep.
Be lit. Some new content a little bit. No, I think the biggest thing, I think there's only 5 masks coming to Festival of the Lost, so like that's kind of like a bummer. But they really did kill it with this trailer though. Like,
so yeah, they have Aramis, they have Varix masks.
And obviously the Braytex coming back, which,
They say you can pull out the original guns at the moment.
People are saying to pull them out now, just in case.
Yeah, just in case you can't get that roll on it again. Which apparently it's a good roll. I don't know. I haven't used those guns in so long.
Yeah, I haven't touched the Braytech Werewolf in a minute, but also I don't know if I can pull it up on my end. Well, I guess it might be in TWAB. Yeah, it's in TWAB. Never mind. But the emblem for Festival of the Lost is probably the best emblem, in my opinion, in the game. Like, I really like this emblem that we're going to be...
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
There's also a ghost shell. It's just, like, there's a bunch of stuff here that's just mummified. So there's the sparrow that's wrapped in bandages, and then the Arcadia jump ship, and then a ghost. All wrapped in bandages.
Which, I don't really like the ghost shell.
It's like someone half-assed it. It's like they've only wrapped it up a little bit, and I was like, oh, that's enough.
The ship's okay. I like the sparrow, though. Like, it's probably something I wouldn't use, but, like, I mean, it looks okay. It's probably the best out of the 3. But, I mean, the big thing I'm going for is that emblem for Festival of the Lost it's sexy.
So the masks will be available for silver or bright dust. Triumphs involving masks do not require masks from the Eververse. Bounties will return from last year and will once again offer bright dust.
Yay!
All new Eververse items will be available for both silver and bright dust, except for the 1-inch punch finisher, which will be available for silver. And the toothbrush is still just a toothbrush.
Nope.
Yeah, they're lying, dudes. You need to hold on to that toothbrush.
It's still in my vault.
Same. It says it'll be useful later, man. I can't help it.
Yep, that's how I am.
Until they clear it from our inventories, we're holding on to it. That in the ramen coupon.
I don't have what? I don't think I have that anymore.
No? Oh man, I still have mine.
No, I don't think I have that anymore.
I don't even remember where you got that from. It's been so long.
It was something to do.
Oh, was that when
after Cade?
Was it after Cade, or was it when you had his caches that you had to go find?
No, I think it was. Somebody's gonna have to fact check this, I guess. But wasn't that how we got Ace of Spades?
Okay, I don't remember that.
Because Ace of Spades came with Forsaken, correct?
Yeah.
I was thinking it came with Forsaken, but it has been so long. I don't think it had to do anything with the caches,
Okay.
but I could be wrong.
Because I
Somebody
remember,
fact check us.
I remember doing the caches. You would get useless items like a piece of celery and stuff like that. And I wish I held on to
Yeah,
those things, but what are you gonna
because
do?
because I remember it happened to launch like on a Tuesday, and that's what you got from the ramen shop, and then you had to wait because everybody was like, "What do I do with this?"
Yeah.
type thing. So
So let's see what else is there. Yes, they add 5 chests to the ND activity for 5 times the loot. To open the chest, you're going to need cipher decoders. Talk to Spider to get started, and they will drop from playing any activity across the solar system, similar to Umbral Engrams. The Braytech Werewolf and Horror Story will both be rewarded from these chests, and each will have a new perk combinations to hunt for. You've been hearing a lot lately, but it goes double for Festival of the Lost. Don't forget to put on your mask. Oh yeah, that's pretty funny. Yeah, see, it looks like there's 3 new masks. There's one for Aramis, one for Varix, and then one for the Broken Traveler.
Ferrex just looks really good.
Yeah. Let's see. A mummified exotic sparrow ship and ghost. We talked about that. You can hold up to 25 cipher decoders. So just so you know.
I hate when they put a cap on something
Yeah.
like that.
I wish we had it all uncapped. Like everything.
At least make it 9,999.
Yeah. I have no qualms with that.
Trust me, I know with raid banners when I had like almost 1,400 of them, having 14 stacks of 100, not fun. Don't recommend.
Aren't you glad
Do
that's
not
over?
recommend. And you can't put. Yes, I am so happy. And you can't put those things in the vault. So you're literally sitting there with an inventory of 14 stacks of raid banners, and you're probably thinking to yourself, "Why in the world do you have 1,400 raid banners?" Long story short, don't do a charity event and be friends with Ninja.
Yeah. Then also next week they're going to be doing the double rewards for Nightfall.
Ninja slap, not Ninja.
Eh. But anyways, double the rewards for the Nightfall Ordeal is back. It's going to be a garden world, so just so you know. I hear that one's pretty tough, but I don't know. I haven't run it at 1080 yet.
I need to get back in the rhythm of playing some hardcore PvE stuff. I've just been so focused on PvP, and I kind of like once I realized I couldn't get Chronicler, I just kind of like gave up on a lot of that stuff. I was just like, I completely forgot about how long it took to get to I can't even think on what that Triumph was, or that War book was.
Truth
To
to
go
Power.
see the Queen's Court. Yeah, Truth to Power. I completely forgot how long that thing was. And I was just like,
Yeah, man. Every 3 weeks, basically once a month.
yeah. Which doesn't make sense to me. So, like, I was also thinking about this earlier today at work on, like, I know, like, some of the stuff is being, like, retired, but, like, with Dreaming City still being there, like, is there going to be an update to where you can't go see her then?
You would think, right? If you can't get Truth to Power anymore, you'd think they would probably take away the 3-week curse, maybe? Maybe something happens where the 3-week curse is finally broken.
That's what I was, like, wondering, like, is the curse going to be broken once Beyond Light? Are we going to see, like, Mara Sov make an appearance and be, like, helping us? Or I don't think she'd be against us, but I don't know.
Yeah, that would be a really weird heel turn. come out of nowhere.
But yeah, I was wondering about that today. I was like, why is that a thing? If Dreaming City's gonna be there, like, why is that not available? Like, but I guess we'll find out once Beyond Light drops November 10th.
Yeah, maybe they'll do something with the Ascendant challenges as well, but who knows?
Yeah, yeah, that's why I was just like
what's gonna happen to Petra maybe, because she offers all that stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because what, Cursebreaker is another one that you can't get after November 10th, correct?
Is it? I don't remember. I don't remember.
I know Chronicler for sure.
Yeah, they've said
Chronicler, Wayfarer, and Blacksmith and Shadow. Maybe not. Maybe you can still get Cursebreaker.
So, some of the things from their player support team. During the event, players may incur the following issues. Specting Cypher Decoder will incorrectly display masterwork versions of the Braytech Werewolf and Horror Story auto rifles as potential Haunted Forest cash drops. The Wrapped and Ready Festival of the Lost Triumph refers to the restless shell as the Mummy Ghost, when it should be called the Festival of the Lost Ghost. The lower half of the Warlock Blood Lineage robes, Universal Ornament, will experience a visual texture error at the launch of Beyond Light. This issue will be resolved in a patch soon after release.
Interesting.
Other known issues are players using a feminine character model may see gaps between the neck of hunter cloaks and certain chest pieces. And artifact is sometimes enabled in Iron Banner still.
Hey, what do you know? We just talked about that.
And,
just eliminate the artifact.
And bounties in progress is sometimes not counted in Iron Banner.
Actually, I don't know if I experienced that.
I can't tell if I'm experiencing that or not, because I don't
know what you're about to say.
Sometimes it goes up, sometimes it goes up a little bit. That's okay. The not counting progress stuff, I'm starting to get very frustrated with. Especially after playing Marvel's Avengers, where they've had that problem like rampantly.
Oh, so you're telling me that it's not just a Bungie bug?
No, okay, yeah. So yeah, it's not.
Just like cheaters and because I swear the community thinks there's only cheaters in Bungie.
Listen, it's not to say that Bungie's not the only one with issues. It's to say that I'm getting fed up with these issues. It's to say that developers need to have it so that this bug that where you do something and it doesn't count needs to not be there. At least 99% of the time, if not 100.
And it's been there for a while, so I hope with some of the updates that we're seeing to their server that a lot of these just annoying bugs, like obviously a game's gonna have bugs, like there's not gonna be a bugless game, don't get me wrong, but like things like the progress shouldn't be in the game.
I shouldn't have to do something and then hope it progresses something.
Yeah,
you know,
like
with Avengers, it's gotten so bad where I do stuff and none of it counts. Like I play an hour or two and none of it counts towards anything, and that just pisses me off, and I don't want to play that game.
Yeah, no, I don't blame you there, because like at least I mean for Iron Banner, it's only like maybe one game here and there, but still like you shouldn't have that experience at all.
Yeah. This is just me ranting now.
Oh, I mean that's fine. But I'm
with Destiny, it's not as bad. I don't see a lot of that stuff where you play something it doesn't count. Like maybe for the weekly, like Powerful, or Pinnacle.
Yeah, every now and then it does that.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm just sick and tired of that kind of bug. That's just me yelling into the wind about this.
No, you're fine.
But yeah, that's it. That's it for the TWAB.
The TWAB is done. Very short and sweet TWAB. I did not watch the Uh, Movies of the week, but I'm sure they're fantastic like they always are. So I'm gonna start getting creative and doing some of this random stuff. Shoot some stuff.
Well, we'll be playing some Among Us later.
Yeah, I'm talking about like Destiny. Well, I guess that would be a start in terms of like editing. My editing skills is just god awful.
So yeah, it's gonna be a show for us tonight. Sully, where can people find you?
You can find me on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch at Sully__games.
And you can find me on Twitter at Gameplay Stuff. Also on Twitch as Gameplay Stuff. We do the Gamescast every Friday night at 9 p.m. Eastern. This show is anytime I get a chance to do anything.
Typically Thursdays, but
yeah, we'll see. Also, you can email me, thomas@charshut.com, if you want to be a guest on one of our shows. And, yeah, rate us on iTunes. You can visit our Discord, all that good shit. And, till then, Guardians, eyes down.